Littleton and Highlands Ranch are two of the most popular places to live south of Denver. They're close to each other, but they actually feel very different. And depending on your lifestyle, one might be a better fit for you. Some people love Littleton because of the established neighborhoods, mature trees, and easy access to the foothills. Others prefer Highlands Ranch because it's newer, more planned, and offers things like recreation centers, parks, and connected trails within the community. So how do you decide which one is right for you? In this video, I'm going to compare Littleton and Highlands Ranch side by side. We'll talk about lifestyle, neighborhoods, home styles, pricing, location, outdoor activities, and who each area is really best for. Hi, I'm Ewelina, and together with my husband Simon, we help buyers and sellers all across the Denver metro area. We've lived here for over 25 years, so this isn't just where we work, it's home. We help a lot of people relocating to Colorado, and we get asked a lot about Littleton and Highlands Ranch. Should I live in Littleton or Highlands Ranch? One of the biggest differences between the two is the overall vibe and size. Littleton is actually a larger city and it's more spread out. It's also located in multiple counties, including Jefferson, Arapahoe, and Douglas, which is another reason the area feels more diverse. Because of that, Littleton also has different school districts depending on the location. This can be important for buyers who are considering schools, since the district may change from one neighborhood to another. Littleton also has a wider range of home ages. Some neighborhoods are much older, while others were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Because of that, you will often see mature trees, larger lots, and streets that feel settled. But Littleton isn't just one type of area. You have neighborhoods closer to the foothills, areas near downtown, and others that feel more suburban. Because Littleton covers a bigger area, each part can feel a little different, with different views, different home styles, and different surroundings. Highlands Ranch, on the other hand, is a master plan community, and it's located entirely within Douglas County. Development in Highlands Ranch started later, and most homes were built from the 80s through the early 2000s. Because of that, the neighborhoods tend to look more consistent, with similar home styles, organized streets, and connected parks and trails throughout the area. Since Highlands Ranch is in one county, the school district is also more consistent across most of the community, which can be helpful for buyers who are considering schools. The area is divided into different neighborhoods, but they all follow a similar layout and feel connected. When you drive through Highlands Ranch, it often feels like one large, cohesive community rather than many different areas. Now, let's talk about location, because this can be important depending on your lifestyle. Littleton sits on the southwest side of the Denver metro area, which means you're closer to the foothills and the mountains. For many people, that's a big advantage. If you enjoy hiking, biking, or taking weekend trips into the mountains, it's very convenient. From many parts of Littleton, you can reach trails and open space in just a few minutes. Areas like Ken Carroll, Roxborough, and parts near Chatfield are especially close to the foothills, and some neighborhoods even have direct views of the mountains. That access to nature is one of the main reasons people choose Littleton. At the same time, some neighborhoods closer to downtown Littleton give you easier access to Denver. So depending on where you are in Littleton, you might have quick drive to the city or easy access to outdoor activities. Highlands Ranch is located just east of Littleton, and in some places, it actually borders parts of Littleton. So you're still close to the mountains, and it's definitely easy to get there. However, Highlands Ranch doesn't have neighborhoods directly along the foothills the way Littleton does. You usually have a slightly longer drive before you reach open space or mountain trails. It's not far, but it's noticeable if outdoor access is something that is important to you. That said, Highlands Ranch can be more convenient for some commutes, especially if you work in the Denver Tech Center or other areas south of Denver. The road access can make daily driving easier depending on where you're going. So when comparing the two, your commute and how often you plan to use the mountains can influence which location makes more sense. Okay, as you're listening to all of this and you're starting to think, I could actually see myself living in Littleton, I did put together a relocation guide that you might really enjoy. It's not about buying or selling, it's just about life here in Littleton. Things to do, parks, restaurants, weather, and things people don't always think about before moving. It's free and I will link it below. Now let's talk about neighborhoods. Littleton also offers a lot of variety when it comes to neighborhoods. Near downtown Littleton, you will find historic homes, walkable streets, and local restaurants, which gives that small town feel. Areas like Columbine and Grand Ranch are more established suburban neighborhoods with mature trees, larger lots, and quieter atmosphere. Then you have areas like King Carroll, which sit closer to the foothills and offer more direct access to trails, open space, and mountain views. So depending on where you choose to live in Littleton, the lifestyle can feel a little different, which many buyers appreciate. Highlands Ranch neighborhoods tend to follow a more consistent layout. Because it's a master plan community, you will see organized streets, planned parks, and connected trail system throughout the area. Many neighborhoods are also part of HOA-managed communities. That means the Homeowners Association helps maintain common areas, landscaping, and sometimes even handles certain exterior guidelines. This is one of the reasons Highlands Ranch often looks very clean and uniform. Another thing that stands out in Highlands Ranch is access to the recreation centers. Residents usually have access to multiple locations like Westridge, Eastridge, Southridge, and Northridge. These include pools, fitness areas, sports courts, and community activities. For many buyers, this is a big plus because a lot of things are available right within the community. So while Littleton offers more variety depending on location, Highlands Ranch provides a more structured environment, and the HOA plays a big role in keeping the neighborhoods consistent and well maintained. Let's talk about homes. In Littleton, you generally find more older homes, and many of them were built in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Some homes may need updates, but a lot of buyers actually like that because it gives them the chance to make the home their own. Another thing people notice in Littleton is the lot size. In many neighborhoods, lots tend to be larger, which means you often have more space between homes. You're less likely to be looking directly into your neighbor's backyard or patio. That extra privacy is something many buyers really appreciate. There's also more variety in home styles, including ranch-style homes, two-story homes, and different designs. Highlands Ranch homes are generally newer and were built mostly in the 90s and early 2000s. Because of that, you will often see more modern floor plans, open kitchens, and larger primary bedrooms. However, lots tend to be smaller and homes are usually closer together. In many neighborhoods, houses are built with less space between them, so you might see your neighbor's yard or patio more easily. Some buyers don't mind that, especially because the homes are newer, but others prefer the extra space you often find in Littleton. So if having a larger lot and more privacy is important, Littleton might stand out. If you prefer newer homes and more modern layouts, Highlands Ranch might be the better fit. Pricing is another important factor. Both Littleton and Highlands Ranch are desirable, and prices can be similar depending on the neighborhood. However, in Littleton, pricing can vary more widely because of the variety of home types. You might find older homes at lower price points, but you will also see larger properties, homes on bigger lots, and homes with mountain views at higher prices. Because Littleton has more variety in neighborhoods and home styles, the price range tends to be larger. Highlands Ranch pricing tends to be more consistent. Since many homes were built around the same time and have similar layouts, you will often see comparable homes selling within a close range. Another thing to consider is that there are more neighborhoods with HOA in Highlands Ranch. That means buyers usually have a monthly or quarterly HOA fee, and that needs to be factored into your overall payment. The HOA often helps maintain common areas, landscaping, and neighborhood standards, which is one reason Highlands Ranch looks very uniform. But it's still an extra cost to keep in mind when comparing affordability. In Littleton, some neighborhoods do have HOA, but it's generally less common, or it is a small annual fee, and many areas don't have one at all. Outdoor lifestyle. Outdoor lifestyle is another area where both locations shine, but in slightly different ways. Littleton offers quick access to Chatfield State Park, the foothills, and many natural trails. It's very easy to get outdoors, whether that's hiking, biking, or just going for a walk. From some neighborhoods, you're only a few minutes away from open space, and that's something many buyers really like. It feels a little more connected to nature, especially in areas closer to the foothills. Many people choose Littleton specifically for that reason. Highlands Ranch also has excellent trails and parks, but they are more built into the community. You will see paved trails connecting neighborhoods, community parks, and recreation centers throughout the area. It's easy to go for a walk or bike ride without leaving the neighborhood. It's a more structured outdoor lifestyle, while Littleton feels more connected to nature and open space. So who is Littleton best for? Littleton is a great choice if you want a more established neighborhood, larger trees, and closer access to the mountains. It's also a good option if you prefer variety in home styles and a slightly quieter pace. Many buyers who like more space between homes, bigger lots, and neighborhoods with more character tend to lean toward Littleton. It's a good fit for people who want a relaxed environment but still want to be close to everyday convenience. And who is Highlands Ranch best for? Highlands Ranch is a strong option if you like newer homes, planned communities, and access to recreation centers and connected trail systems. It's also popular with buyers who prefer neighborhoods that feel very clean and consistent. Many people choose Highlands Ranch because they like the structured layout, HOA-managed communities, and the convenience of having parks, trails, and activities built into the area. So which one is better? The truth is, neither is better overall. It really depends on your lifestyle. If mountain access and established neighborhoods are important, Littleton might be the better fit. If you prefer newer homes and things like rec centers and trails, Highlands Ranch might make more sense. Both areas are great options and many buyers choose between them when relocating to the Denver metro area. If you're trying to decide between Littleton and Highlands Ranch, feel free to reach out. I help people compare these areas all the time, and I'm happy to talk through what might fit your lifestyle best. If you found this video helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm just starting this YouTube channel, so your support really helps me. I share videos about Littleton and the surrounding areas to help you get a better feel for what it's like living here. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I read them and they also help me decide what videos to create next. And if you're planning a move and want some help, you can always give me a call. I'm happy to talk through your situation and help you figure out your next steps.